Calm is a weapon because it changes the balance of power in every situation without announcing itself. When chaos appears, most people rush to match its intensity. Voices rise, emotions spike, thinking narrows. Calm does the opposite. It lowers the noise inside your head, while everyone else amplifies theirs. That difference alone creates advantage. Calm is not the absence of feeling. It is the ability to feel without surrendering control. Pressure will always exist. Conflict will always find you. The question is not whether you feel it, but whether it commands you. Calm keeps you in command when the environment is trying to take over. Most people believe power looks aggressive. They associate dominance with volume, speed, and force. In reality, these are often signs of losing control. When someone cannot regulate themselves, they try to regulate the situation through intensity. Calm doesn't need to prove anything. It observes, measures, and chooses. In moments of conflict, calm disrupts expectations. Aggression expects resistance. Emotion expects reaction. When calm shows up instead, it creates uncertainty. Uncertainty forces the other side to reveal more. While they are exposing themselves, calm is collecting information. Calm improves perception. Emotional arousal narrows attention. You miss details. You misread intent. Calm widens awareness. You notice tone shifts, pauses, inconsistencies. You see the situation instead of being swallowed by it. This alone can prevent costly mistakes. Calm protects timing. Timing is often more important than speed. Acting too early can be as damaging as acting too late. Calm gives you the patience to wait for the right moment. While others rush to feel relief, you wait for alignment. In high-pressure environments, calm becomes rare. Rarity creates value. When everyone is reactive, the person who remains composed stands out immediately. Others begin to defer, not because you demand authority, but because stability feels safe. Calm allows you to absorb pressure without leaking energy. Emotional reactions burn fuel quickly. Anger exhausts. Anxiety drains. Calm conserved energy can be directed deliberately instead of being wasted on impulse. Many conflicts escalate not because of the issue, but because of emotional contagion. One reaction triggers another. Calm breaks the chain. It refuses to participate in escalation. Without fuel, chaos collapses on itself. Calm also sharpens communication. Words spoken calmly carry weight. They land instead of bouncing off emotional noise. Even disagreement sounds different when delivered with composure. People listen when they sense control. In decision-making, calm separates signal from noise. Under stress, the brain prioritizes survival over strategy. Calm restores balance. You think beyond the immediate threat. You consider consequences. You choose actions that serve long-term outcomes instead of short-term relief. Calm does not mean inaction. It means controlled action. When you act from calm, movements are precise. You do less, but what you do matters more. Efficiency replaces frenzy. Many people fear calm because it requires sitting with discomfort. Emotion offers release. Calm demands restraint. Restraint feels unnatural at first. Over time, it becomes strength. Calm builds resilience. Each time you face pressure without reacting, you reinforce the belief that you can handle intensity. This confidence compounds. Future challenges feel less overwhelming because you trust your ability to remain composed. In social dynamics, calm signals confidence. People who are secure do not rush to defend themselves. They do not explain excessively. They do not chase validation. Calm communicates that you are grounded internally. Calm also reduces regret. Most regret comes from emotionally driven decisions. Words you wish you hadn't said. Actions you wish you had delayed. Calm acts as a filter. It prevents damage before it happens. Calm trains discipline. Discipline is not about forcing productivity. It is about maintaining control when impulses pull you away. Calm strengthens the gap between urge and action. In that gap, choice lives. In competitive environments, calm creates psychological pressure. When others see that nothing rattles you, they begin to doubt their leverage. Provocation loses effectiveness. Manipulation fails. You become harder to move. Calm also improves learning. Emotional states block reflection. Calm allows honest assessment. You can see mistakes without ego interference. Correction becomes easier. Internally, calm stabilizes the nervous system. Chronic reactivity keeps the body in a constant state of alert. Calm lowers baseline tension. Lower tension improves health, focus, and endurance. Calm is especially powerful during loss or failure. Emotional spirals magnify setbacks. Calm allows you to extract lessons without self-destruction. You recover faster because you don't waste energy fighting reality. Calm changes how time feels. Reaction compresses time. Everything feels urgent. Calm expands it. You feel less rushed. This internal space makes life feel more manageable, even under pressure. Calm is built, not assumed. No one stays calm by accident. It is trained through repeated exposure to discomfort without reaction. Small moments matter. Pausing before responding. Breathing before speaking. Waiting before deciding. Calm requires self-awareness. You must notice the moment emotion rises. The earlier you notice, the easier it is to regulate. Once emotion peaks, control becomes harder. Awareness is the early warning system. Calm does not mean suppressing emotion. Suppression stores tension. Calm acknowledges emotion without acting on it. You allow the feeling to exist without letting it drive behavior. In leadership, calm sets the tone. Teams mirror emotional states. A reactive leader creates chaos. A calm leader creates stability. Stability improves performance. Calm also protects reputation. People remember how you handle pressure. Composure earns respect long after the moment passes. Emotional outbursts linger. Calm allows you to disengage from unnecessary battles. Not every conflict deserves participation. Choosing not to engage is often the strongest move. Energy saved becomes leverage elsewhere. Calm sharpens strategy. Strategy requires patience and foresight. Emotion clouds both. Calm clears the mental field. Calm is not passive. It is intentional restraint paired with readiness. You are not frozen. You are prepared. Calm removes urgency from provocation. When urgency disappears, manipulation loses power. Those who try to rush you lose influence. Calm strengthens boundaries. You don't over-explain. You don't overreact. You don't chase. Boundaries become visible without being spoken. Calm allows you to move through chaos without becoming it. You remain centered while the environment spins. Calm builds internal order. Internal order creates consistency. Consistency creates trust. Trust creates influence. Calm becomes a quiet form of dominance. It does not announce itself, it reveals itself under pressure. When others lose control, calm takes control. When others scatter, calm focuses. When others panic, calm decides. Calm is a weapon that never dulls. Calm is available in every moment you choose not to react. Calm is strength that does not need permission.